everybody. This is going to be a really short video, I hope. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to try something new. I have made craters before, and I've done the drywall method with foam and all kinds of other different kinds of methods for doing craters. But I wanted to try something different this time to see if I could make something that looks decent but quickly. So what I've done is I'm taking all my old CDs, and I've got about 13 of them I'm going to do. So what I'm going to do is I've capped the hole with stickers, circular stickers that I had just laying around for, I think they were for birthday presents or something. But anyways, so what I've done is I've put stickers over the middles, the holes, and what I'm going to do is I've got my glue gun ready. The things I'm using are old popsicle stick, a putty knife, and I'm going to be using the Vallejo Thick Mud. It's the dark brown. And I'm also going to be using tin foil. And everybody's going, what the heck are you going to use tin foil for? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this out, so hopefully I don't get too much background noise. Okay. I'm going to rip off some tin foil here. Okay. Hopefully we're not going to get too much bad sounds. What I'm going to do is I'm rolling it up. I'm not being very careful about it. And I'm going to rip this part off. So I'll rip off about, I would say, 8 inches worth of tin foil. And I'm making it like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to make a circular shape. And I'm going to pinch it off. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it a regular shape. I'm just going to press it down. I'm just going to get the rough shape of it. Just like that. I'm going to keep pressing it down so I can get a flat bottom so I can apply my glue from my glue gun. Okay, so that's the shape I'm going to go with right there. So I'm just going to wait for my glue gun to heat up a little bit more. And if you wanted to do, I figured if you wanted to do like multiple craters, smaller craters on one of these, you just make the tin foil a little bit smaller, and then you just add little craters. But I think I'm going to go with a big crater to test this experiment first. I think this should work. So what I'm going to do here is just get this, because this gives you the you get, because I've seen people use tinfoil balls and styrofoam and make impressions in the styrofoam to make it look like stonework. And I was like, well, why wouldn't it work for ground surfaces like dirt? And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get that ready, and I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to put a bead, a really good bead of hot glue around it so it bonds really well. And then I'm going to push it down, and the heat goes right through that tinfoil, obviously. So I'm going to push it down. Take the glue gun off to the side. I'm going to unplug the glue gun so I don't accidentally burn myself. Okay, and then I'm just going to push down on it. Okay, and to speed things up, as soon as this dries here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the camera. I'm going to take it outside, and I'm going to give it a good coat of flat brown primer, and get the nice base coat for underneath for the mud. So I've got this in there, so we've got it all. Once we put the mud, the Vallejo mud on, I can blend it down a little bit more. But I'm going to push it down on the edges just so I don't have too much of a cavity underneath. And that only took a few minutes. Okay. Now I'm going to pause the camera just for now. And we'll come back and I will do the next part after priming. Okay, so I'm back. So I've gone outside and I've primed it with a matte brown primer. And I've done both sides. You don't have to do both sides, but I did both sides, and I gave it a pretty generous coat. Make sure I covered up any tin foil that's going to show through. So next step is I'm going to use the Vallejo Thick Mud. So let's open her up here. And part of the reason I did the tin foil was so that I could have some of the texture, so I wouldn't have to use too much of this. It is fairly good stuff. You know, it's kind of hard to see in this light. So I'm gonna grab my popsicle stick. I'm gonna get a good dollop of it, and I'm gonna lift this so you guys can see. And I'm gonna start from the middle, and I'm gonna work my way out to the edges. So, and I'm just gonna. That way get some in here so we get some undulations and stuff like that, so it doesn't look flat like it's like the CD and stuff. So I'm gonna try not to make too many upward looking wisps because they snap off. But a great thing about this stuff, it is colored this color, so it does keep this wet mud looking color. But I don't want too many wisps. So there we go. That's the inside of the crater. So I'm just going to start working my way outwards. And I've got 13, I think I need of these. And I think what I'm going to also do is while I'm doing these things, I'm also going to do some in some smaller scales. And I've got some smaller woodlets, little tiny wooden circles that I've gotten from the craft store and the dollar store, and I'm thinking I'm going to use some of those, and I'm going to make some craters that are 15 mil scale, just so that I've got some for my other games, because I played Battle Group and stuff. So I want a few more craters, but these ones are going to be used in the next issue of my new ongoing comic. And if you haven't checked it out, you should go check it out. You know, any suggestions, they're always helpful. Some criticisms, always, you know, just be kind. I am new to this software, my editing software for my videos. I'm new to the software for the comic itself. So I am learning it as I go. There's no instructions on some of this. So, you know, just be aware of that. So what I'm going to do here is, let me get this. Probably going to go through a bit of this stuff. I'm trying to keep it as thin as possible so I don't use too much. That's why I went on, I used a brown primer so that I could make it a little bit thinner. So, but I want it to blend, right? So this is not a very, it's not, I can already tell this is not going to be a very long video. But I wanted to get, you know, if I'm doing it, I might as well show you guys how I'm doing it, because I'll have people asking me. Get all this extra off the edge. And I'll probably take a little bit of, I might put a couple little sprigs of flock on it just to give it a little bit more color. I don't know, we'll see. I think I might just keep it this brown color. Okay, so guys, I'm calling that done. I'm like, it's a crater, you know. There's not much else I can do about that. I was thinking maybe I could add a little bit green around the edges, but you know, depending on what I throw it on, what's to say that there's gonna be green there? It could be a city street or something. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna call this done, and I'm gonna make 13 more of these. And like I said, I'm gonna make some with 2 or 3 craters in each one, and you will see that in the next comic issue where I've done all these craters, because in the last episode, well, I won't spoil it too much, but there was a lot of artillery coming down. So we're gonna call this done. Thanks for watching, guys. You know, this will be added to the SitRep podcast playlist, and it will be on Walkabout Games as always. So hit that like, hit the subscribe button. You know, that's the first time I've ever asked anybody to do that, but, you know, hey, if you guys want to subscribe, be aware of that when I have new videos coming out, that'd be great. So I'm going to call it there, and I'm going to get back to work and make 12 more of these craters. Okay, thanks guys. Bye.